Becky, I wondered if you could tell us a bit about Aspiration Digital. It's a really amazing initiative, which I was lucky enough to take part in this year and speak at. But I know it's grown since its first inception, and wondered if you could talk to us a bit about that.
Definitely. And Claire was an amazing speaker. I was so pleased to have you there. One of my favourite talks of the day. So I guess this was a passion project that was kicked off probably 2015, 16 initially. I think I'd always felt lost when I was at school, that I didn't know what career I'd end up doing. I wanted to run a business. My dad was my inspiration, and I'd always wanted to be like my dad, but I didn't want to run his business. So while I was at school, I kind of had this, I want to run a business, but I don't know what it will be, and I didn't really feel that connected. So when I left school, I job hopped quite a lot until I landed in an agency and fell in love, and the rest is kind of history. And then when I started Reflect, it was suddenly this opportunity to go back into schools, to colleges, to universities, and to start talking to students about the digital sector. And I think what I realized really quickly was that all these students know about the internet. They use it every day. They probably use it better than some of us now because they're literally natives, like they were born with it. But they don't know about all the amazing jobs that we have and that our teams have and all the potential career paths. And I was like, this is crazy. Like, the government and the curriculum aren't changing this anytime soon because this is a mammoth task. So what can we do to have some form of impact? So working with my old school initially, we started running Aspiration Digital. So inviting students that were sixth form students, so trying to get them at the peak as they're starting to make a decision. In some ways, I'd love to do all ages, but we're not there yet. So sixth form students, and running this day conference where we bring amazing people like Claire, people that are brand side, people that are agency side, to come in and just inspire them about what the jobs are, and trying to help link it back to some of the things that you learn at school and how actually the skills that you might already have could play into a digital career. And it's just grown from there. Like, initially it was kind of 200 students. We hit 400 this year. We've got plans to hit 800 for 2025. And it is just my absolute passion. Thank you. Love the group. Oh, but you can all help, actually. So one, if anyone wants to get involved, come talk to me. But two, I'm about to put a survey out that I'd love, I'm going to share it on LinkedIn. I'd love you to share with your teams as well, because we're trying to gather some data around how people are finding digital careers at the moment. So if you see that, please answer it and share it with your teams. Sorry, little plug.
No, I love it. And I love as well that as part of the Human First Collective, Aspiration Digital is now a business in and of its own right and has the potential to potentially have, revenue come through it, albeit probably, putting back into the community. But who would have thought that when you kind of had 10 students come around the office or whatever it was it started?
Yeah, because that was literally, we started seeing people in the office and I was like, this is going to take forever to change the world. How do we get bigger? I mean, to be honest, this is one of my passions that I'd love, if I had more time, not in the agency, to grow this. And so at some point we will. But yeah, if anyone else in the room is passionate about this, come talk to me, because I'm thinking of putting a dinner on soon, trying to find like-minded people that, how do we solve this more? Because we can't do it alone, but I think it's a really big challenge. So,
well, it's a challenge that all agencies face as well, right? If we all want to grow, the industry needs to grow with it. And if we don't have the talent pipeline and the roles that we need to grow, then it's going to be a real issue.
And if people are wanting to get into these roles because they don't know, if they don't have the inspiration, I think a lot of young people just see the front end. They see TikTok influencers and whatnot, but they don't know about all these amazing careers. And I think we all love our jobs. So I just love sharing that with them.